the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we're here at Talladega for race number 10 of 22. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. My name is K.R. Stolfus, and qualifying has well and truly gotten underway. A little bit of a mess up at the beginning of everything, so we're going to try and get it all sorted out for you. But drivers have made their way out onto the track for qualifying, and so that means we were gonna get everything set up for you. Once again, I want to thank everyone for joining me here tonight. If you don't know, my name is KR Stolfus. It's not that important. I know you guys are here to watch the drivers, so let's start looking at some of our drivers. Logan Helton on pole position, Josh Milam into second spot. One driver right now out on the speedway, getting ready to roll across the start finish line. That is the 51 of Travis Elliott. Elliott across the start finish line, and he is going to jump up into 10th place. Mark Mann moving into second. Dave Hunt in the 53 machine, making his way across the start finish line, and Dave Hunt going to move up into 11th place. So a solid qualifying effort for the 53. Aspen Belvin in the 84 machine, making his way around the track here. So far, 23 cars have taken a lap time, and we still have quite a few drivers, about a handful, maybe 5-6 drivers who have not yet qualified. As Aspen Belvin in the 84 going to go across the start finish line, and Belvin moves up into 18th spot. Sean Stevens in the 27 on his outlap, running that high, wide, and handsome line. Tyler Miller in the 89, moving into 14th place, and he shuts it down. James Mayer in the 95 machine, finding himself in 9th place. And one of the final drivers who is out on the speedway, which I can only imagine this is getting close to the end where drivers no longer have an opportunity to make it out on the track and turn a lap. So Sean Stevens right now, the only one out on the track here qualifying. Ernie Williams, Robert Dumendak, Dan Harrington, and Alex Green have yet to post a qualifying time. 29 drivers registered for the session here tonight. I want to thank everybody for chiming in over on YouTube chat. Dustin, first one to check in here tonight. Welcome, Dustin. Thanks for stopping by. Of course, we got Bobby Helton, Maxine, Mara, and Tammy all chiming in as well. Thank you very much, guys. It's going to be a good night of racing as Sean Stevens jumps all the way up into 8th place. A great qualifying for Stevens. And with that being said, we are going to step away for our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are wrapping up qualifying right now. We're just at 20 seconds left in the qualifying session. So far, Logan Helton holding on to the top spot. Mark Mann in second place, but we'll get into that starting lineup here in just a minute. Let's go ahead and go into our points battle, as we've got this one well tightened up. If I could ever do my job correctly. Holy cow. I'd get it all set up, get it all loaded up, and then one reason or another, I forget to do certain things. Here we go. Now we're going to take a look at our points battle. Hunter Reynolds coming into tonight as the points leader. Logan Helton sitting in second spot, but Logan Helton leading the remaining drivers in Alliance Motorsports. How about that? The FSR driver at the top, and then it is nothing but a solid stack of Alliance Motorsports from second to sixth place. Those guys really have it figured out. And then Vapid Yeet Racing driver Travis Elliott in seventh place in the point standings. Josh Milam coming in eighth place here tonight. Ninth, Robert Duvendak. And then the 10th place in our point standings coming into tonight, our highest running rookie, Casey Gilchrist. With that being said, let's roll right into our starting lineup for this one. On the inside of row number one, well, that is none other than the 63 of Logan Helton. On his outside, in the 04 machine, sporting a new paint scheme, that is Mark Mann. Row number two, going to be the 7 of Josh Milam and the 4 of Rick Seabrand. Row 3, going to be Derek Conley and Hunter Reynolds. Row 4, Will Weber in the 9 and Sean Stevens. Row number 5, going to be Jimmy Reynolds and James Mayer in the 95. And row 6, going to be Randall Cobb in the 52. And on his outside, the 51 of Travis Elliott. Row number 7, going to be the 53 of Dave Hunt. On his outside, the 8 of Cody Ober. Row number 8, Tyler Miller in the 89 machine. On his outside, well, that's Sean McCarrick in the 50. Row 9, Les Levy in the 62 and Mark Vega in the 18. Row number 10, going to be the 71 of Sean McCarra and the 84 of Aspen Belman. Row number 11 will be the 77 of David Booth. On his outside, that's Casey Gilchrist. Row 12, Daniel Holloway in the 21 and David Overstreet in the 46. Row number 13, Bob Lacavera on the inside, and on his outside, the 91 of Ernie Williams. Robert Duvendak and Dan Harrington in our last complete row. And then starting tail end on this field, that is the 30 of Alex Green. Field all set and formed up. Logan Helton, pole position here tonight. In fact, that is going to be Logan's first pole of the season. Hard to believe, but the 63 finally putting it in that top spot for the start of this race. Chevy Silverado down and out of our way. 63 has this field in control. The 04 of Mark Mann gonna try and beat him into turn number 1. Tall order for sure. But here we go. Green flag is out. And we are underway here tonight at Talladega. 29 cars charging into turn number 1. Hopefully all 29 cars make their way on to the backstretch. Logan Helton getting a good run through the middle of the corner. He's got the advantage by a few car lengths right now over the 04 Mark Mann, but Mark Mann starting to come back just a little bit on that outside lane. Three wide already going into 3 and 4. That is the 18 machine of Mark Vega. He's got help behind him in the 84 of Aspen Belvin. They're going to blend back in just a little bit further back. The 13, Casey Gilchrist, going to tuck in behind the 21. He was thinking about making it 3 wide, and they're going to try and shoot the gap on the 71. Everyone kind of finding a spot to run. Very close racing here so far. Vega in the 18, once again trying that high side. This time he's got Travis Elliott in the 51 up there with him. Now Elliott using the momentum from that high lane to try and push himself up into the race lead. Elliott trying to work to the outside of Cody Ober. Meanwhile, the fastest lap of the race being set by the 46 of David Overstreet, as our cars have really started to wind themselves up. Everybody setting their personal best laps last time around. Milam in the 7, pushing hard on the 63 of Logan Helton. Cody Ober shoots up to the high side in the 8 machine. So he's trying to find a way around the 95 of James Mayer. But Milam staying tucked in very tight to that back bumper of the 63. Not a lot of air getting to that back bumper, or the front bumper, I should say, of the 7. You got to wonder how long he could stay in close like that. And now Logan Helton is going to move up to the middle lane. Travis Elliott, meanwhile, starting to creep his way towards the front and put his 51 machine in a challenging position for the race lead. Mark Vega peeking out a little bit. Gonna lose the momentum from the high side because of that. Rick Seabrand's diving down to the bottom, that outside lane quickly falling apart. Mark Mann now dives down to the bottom as well. Josh Milam, your race leader. And it looks like this Alliance Motorsports may be getting ready for a round of green flag pit stops here in lap number 5 of 94. They make their way off of turn number 4. Josh Milam going to lead the field through the trioval. Logan Helton now trying to work his way back to the front. Take a look at our race info here tonight. Got some checkered flag information. Keys to tonight's race: lighten your ballast, both personally and in the race car. Well, make sure you have fast pit stops. They said be kind and gentle to all drivers. And of course, when you come to a plate track, you got to have teamwork. Those are all things from Checkered Flag here tonight. We'll keep a sharp eye out on our checkered flag drivers, as we do have multiple cars coming down on the pit road. And Josh Milam, Hunter Reynolds, Jimmy Reynolds, Randall Cobb, Daniel Holloway, Dave Hunt, and Ernie Williams all hitting pit lane. So several FSR drivers and a few others on the pit road. Travis Elliott assumes the race lead as everyone is making a pit stops. I imagine fuel only for several of these drivers. Here comes the next group of drivers on the pit road. Travis Elliott going to stay out. He is going to lose a little bit of time here. Sean Stevens in the 27 trying to catch up to him. But Logan Helton, Derek Conley, and a whole host of cars on the pit road. That is positions 7 through 22 on the pit lane. The Silverado, beautiful shot of our pace car driver locked into that 5-point safety harness. Thank goodness for that. Everyone making that mad land rush off of pit lane. So Logan Helton getting his pit stop done and over with. And now here comes our remaining drivers who have not yet pitted. Elliott hard on the brakes, almost getting in the back of the 27. So with these drivers hitting pit road, that will round out our first round of green flag pit stops. Logan Helton in the 63, up to speed and in front of Derek Conley in the 88. Go on board with the driver in the 04. That is Mark Mann. They're going to flash by the cars that made their pit stops. And by doing that, Logan Helton assumes the race lead, but not for very long, as Conley in the 88 going to get a huge shot from Will Weber. Takes over the top spot, is going to slide down in front of Logan Helton. Mark Mann tried to respond with that bump to the 63, but man, Weber might as well have been sending that haymaker from all the way from out of town. And it has launched the 88 into the race lead. Dave Hunt in the 53 machine, now taking the fastest lap of the race at a 47.41. We'll see if that pace is going to withstand the test of time here, if we're going to get a faster lap. Our stages here tonight at Talladega will be lap 20 and lap 40, so the completion of lap 20 is going to see the end of stage number 1. Travis Elliott does set a faster lap down in the 46-second bracket, a 46.95. So a very close, a very quick lap by Travis Elliott that time around. Not very many drivers in the 46-second bracket. All right, so we have two distinct groups now as their green flag pit stops have shuffled. And we got the 13 of Casey Gilchrist and the 7 of Josh Milam in trouble, along with one car upside down. That is Hunter Reynolds. And the yellow flag coming out. The 26 already airborne on that one. See if we can't back this up and see what happens. Trouble starting in the tri-oval. And wow, the 26 just explodes. A tough situation for the 26. Take one more look at this one. The 91 gonna get into the 53 as there was a checkup there. And then that 26 just hits the wall and Austin Dillon style comes to a stop and bounces back towards the pit lane. A couple other of our cars getting involved in that one. Like I said, the 13 of Casey Gilchrist getting a piece of it as well. Gilchrist and Milam smacking into each other. So the first caution of the night coming out here in stage number 1. Hunter Reynolds going to be on pit road for a while. He is probably going to end up going a lap down, and he will most definitely have to burn a fast repair. No takers from our front runners on the pit road. Ernie Williams in the 91, who we saw get that checkup with Dave Hunt in the 53. He's going to be the first one to pit. Casey Gilchrist joining him. Josh Milam, of course, hitting pit road. Some damage to be hammered out by the 7 and the 13. And let's see if we can get a quick word in with the FSR driver, who is probably on his way to the hospital. Hunter, how you doing, bud?
Pretty terrible. How about you, KR?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you could do the famous Lane Frost wave for me, that would be great, that Austin Dillon does when he crashes, because that was very, very similar.
Yeah, that wreck was absolutely crazy. Looked like there was a massive checkup on the bottom, and then I just got sent, and then the car actually got hooked up in the fence for a second, and that's what sent me into the air. But I actually have 2 minutes left until I can get back on track. I'm gonna be some laps down here, so I'm definitely gonna have my work cut out for me if I can make it happen.
All right, what's it gonna take to get this 26 back on the lead lap?
Well, I'm gonna need every lap I can get here. So you'll probably see me up front, hopefully trying to race for my lap back, and I need everyone else to stay on the lead lap too, so every caution. I got 2 stages here to get my laps back, hopefully, and just gonna try to do what we can here, salvage, hopefully salvage this race up.
All right, man, well, all kidding aside, we hope to see you back on the lead lap, and glad that this was virtual racing.
Oh yeah, me too, that was definitely brutal, and I have a fast repair, so we got that, get that going for us.
All right, man. Shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give real quick while you have a chance?
Yep, this will be the only time tonight probably, so I'm going to take advantage of it. All my teammates at FSR, you're running the Logan paint scheme for him tonight too, and you know, you up in the booth, Kara, do a great job, Turn 3 Racing Network, all the friends and family watching, saw me flip, that's always good, and of course everybody else watching and all the league admins for what they do.
All right, that is Hunter Reynolds, driver of the 26 machine, and of course from the FSR stable. All right, so here we go. Light's gonna go out on the pace truck. Hunter Reynolds going to find himself, I believe, 3 to 4 laps down here by the time he gets rolling out. That is going to be a tough break for him. But you hear it, determination in his voice. Already got a plan of how he hopes to get back on the lead lap. Racing, things don't always go the way you plan. So the 63 and the 88 going to stack up side by side for this restart on row number 1. Row 2 going to be the 9 of Will Weber. Then on his outside, that's the 04 of Mark Mann. Row number 3 going to be the 99 of Robert Dubendak, and then the 4 of Rick Sebrands. All right. Gonna have 5 lap shootout to the end of this stage. Catch your breath now, because it might be the last time you are able to breathe. These drivers are going to be holding their breath as much as we are. These stage wins, although not as important as a race win, are very huge overall. One car trying to hustle his way to the field. That is Hunter Reynolds. He is going to get to the back. He is back into this race. But he is multiple laps down. As here we go, the green flag getting ready to come back out. Our field of 29 drivers all taking the green flag once again. Logan Helton gets a good restart, holding on to that yellow line down on the bottom. Derek Conley, though, gonna get a good bit of momentum down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Will Weber in the 9, though, pushing very hard on the 63 machine. Everyone really starting to jockey for position into these final laps of stage number 1. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm Hunter Reynolds, I'm not trying to race at this point. I think I would be hanging way back, because keep in mind, you do not receive the free pass if you even have a 0x, any sort of a contact or anything when the caution comes out. So the 26 needs to just hang back a little bit here, let this stage happen, and be the first car 1 lap down and get that free pass. Hate to see him get right up on somebody and have something happen and give a little bump, and then that is the end of the 26 getting this first and crucial free pass. Because right now he is 2 laps down, but man, it's twice as hard to come back from 2 laps down as it is 1 lap down. Logan Helton now the second car on the inside line. Derek Conley in the 88 slicing down in front of him to take over that top spot down on the bottom. Aspen Belvin in the 84 working the high side. So he's got a car on his back bumper. Happens to be teammates. Vapid Yeet Racing running in the 3rd lane. Belvin in the 84, Elliott in the 51, and they are starting to pinch down a little bit on these guys in the corner, trying to gain some ground. Ooh, contact with Seabrins in the 4, Duvendak in the 99 down on the apron. Dave Hunt down on the apron as well. They're going to try and blend back in. Somehow we stay green. How about that? Those drivers really got up on the wheel to catch that car. Almost had a huge stack up, but here we go. We're going to get the final lap here in stage number 1. One more time around. Derek Conley, Logan Helton battling out for this race lead. Mark Mann in the 04 and the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Will Weber in the 9. They are all sitting right there. Making their way through 3 and 4, coming off of turn number 4. Will Weber engine has popped right at the last moment, and that is really going to shuffle the field, and Derek Conley going to have a good bit of momentum, and coming to the line, Derek Conley gonna pick up the stage win. Will Weber's engine has exploded and the yellow flag going to come out. And I say Conley picked up the stage win. That's going to be very, very close, but I do believe Conley at the line picked up the win. Will Weber, meanwhile, his engine expiring, coming off of turn number 4, really shuffling the field. So he's going to have to be using his fast repair once he makes his way onto pit road. But as the field gets caught up to the pace truck, you're going to see several of these drivers on the pit lane this time, and going to wait for official word from race control. So the 22 laps here being completed. Stage number 1 done and over with. We're going to send our drivers on to pit road. Everyone going to make their way on to pit lane. And it is been confirmed from race control. Derek Conley in the 88. Our race to stage number 1 done and over with. He picked up the stage win. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 does get one of his laps back. That's going to be good news for him. Dan Harrington, Derek Conley, Cody Ober, and Logan Helton all leading off of pit road. Dan Harrington, I believe, maybe has missed his pit stall. Let's go ahead and get a quick word in with the driver of the 88. Some of you may know him as Derek Conley. Sometimes I wonder what I should call him. Derek, you got your ears on?
Hey, KR, how's it going, buddy?
Oh, it's going just fine. The 88 picking up stage win number 1 here tonight.
Yeah, that was a hard fought one right there. I had teammates down on the bottom side. I had Logan's teammates on the top side. And I'll be honest with you, the only reason I was able to pull that out is unfortunately my teammate on the bottom got a little overzealous and popped his engine while pushing Logan.
Yeah, we saw the 9 go up in a puff of smoke coming off of turn number 4, really scattering the field around him. And the 88 took full advantage of it, man. So stage 1 in the books here at Talladega. Now we set for stage number 2. How are you going to attack this stage and make sure you get a clean sweep here tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to try to stay up front. I'm going to try to nail my pit stop the same way that we nailed it in stage 1. And do my best to come up here and win the second stage. So what's going to happen is I'm going to get shuffled out. I'm going to miss my pit stall, and I'm going to get caught up in the big one. Because anytime you ask me how I'm going to win stage 2, that's what happens. So,
all right. Well, we'll scratch. We'll scratch that. I didn't ask that. That was someone else.
Okay.
So, all right, Derek. Well, man, this 88 machine looking very fast here tonight. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give for stage win number 1?
I want to thank you for broadcasting. I want to thank all the fans for watching us every Monday night. I want to thank Alex, Rob, and Cody for putting on the league. And I want to thank everybody that's out here on the track with me, whether they're my teammate or not my teammate. I mean, we come out here every single Monday night. We're around each other probably 48 weeks out of a 52-week year, just based on how our seasons all lay out. I mean, we're around each other all the time. Sometimes we argue, you know, but most of the time we get along. And I just want to thank everybody that's out here. I love racing with all these guys out here, teammates, not teammates, doesn't matter who. All these guys out here, best group of guys ever.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on stage 1, and we look forward to watching you battle through stage 2 and the rest of the race.
Thank you much, sir. I'll talk to you in about 20 laps.
There you go, Derek Conley in the 88 machine, your stage 1 winner. But about time to send these guys off once again. Lights have gone out on our Silverado. Field stacked up 2 by 2. We have had a few drivers hit pit road here at the last possible second. With that being said, 29 cars still in this race. 28 of them on the lead lap. Only 1 car not on the lead lap. That is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Lights out on the Silverado as it is going to head off onto pit road. Derek Conley, Cody Ober, row number 1 for this restart. Logan Helton in the 63. Mark Mann in the 04. That is row number 2. Row 3 for this restart going to be the 18 of Mark Vega, and then the 46 of David Overstreet. And that being said, let's go on board with the 46 for this restart. David Overstreet gonna get into the throttle as the green flag drops. Stage number 2 underway. The 88 not getting a good launch. Elton in the 60, or sorry, Cody Ober in the 8, dropping down to the inside right in front of Conley. Overstreet falling off the back of the 04. Now Mark Mann able to slide down to the inside. Overstreet falling back quite quickly here. But your new leader is the 8 machine of Cody Ober. Ober leading his first lap of the race, I do believe. So bonus point to the 8 machine for picking up that lap lead. A lot of cars down on the inside, the outside lane trying to build its momentum. Right now it is being led by the 18 of Mark Vega. Vega's starting to build some momentum in the outside lane. Now he's working to the quarter panel of the 88 of Conley. Now pulls ahead of Conley. James Mayer in the 95, maybe looking to slide down to the bottom in front of his teammate Logan Helton. And we got trouble with Mark Vega in the 18, and we got a big stack up at the front of the field. The 5 machine getting involved. Aspen Belvin involved. The 71 of McCara involved. 4 of Rick Seaburns down and through the grass. We're under yellow for another incident here on the track. Big stack up here into turn number 1, the 62 machine. Feeling those kumbaya vibes as He's going to get caught up in this one, and it starts at the front of the field, and then everyone just trying to find somewhere to go. Take one more look at this one. Logan Helton in the 63. Gonna get a shot from the 46. Man, was he fighting hard to hold on to it, and minimal contact other than that back bumper shot. But it is going to reset the field and stack everybody up. Daniel Holloway right now being scored as the race leader. And here we go, another round of pit stops. Stage 2 going to end at the completion of lap 40. So we are within the fuel window to make this thing to the end. One driver who did not come down pit road, that is the 04 Mark Mann. Don't know if that was intentional or what, but the 04 not hitting pit road. Dan Harrington also staying out. And the race off of pit lane going to be won by the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Travis Elliott following next. Then the 77 of David Booth on his way out. Jimmy Reynolds and Rick Seabrands in the 4 machine. Good news for the fans of the 26. This second caution of the night, or second incident, or third caution of the night, has allowed the 26 to get back on the lead lap. So he will be raring to go as we now have all 29 cars back on the lead lap for the moment. Well, that being said, guys, I'm going to take a quick little break. No one go anywhere. We'll be back as the field starts to stack up and fire them off one more time. Quick little breather done there, and we are ready to rock and roll once again. The lights have stayed on the pace car, but they're going to go out this time, and we're going to line them up 2 by 2. While we have a moment, let's go ahead, take a quick look once again at our points coming into tonight's race. Hunter Reynolds, your points leader, and that 26 machine making his way back from 2 laps down. So good solid effort so far by your championship leader. Logan Helton coming into tonight's race second in the points standings, and Logan set the early tone, put his car on pole position for this race. Daniel Holloway in the 21, having a very good pit stop. He is going to restart on the inside of row number 2 here. Mark Mann in the 04. A little bit of a strategy call by Mark Mann, but he did not come down pit lane this time, along with Dan Harrington in the 82 to his outside. Harrington coming into tonight 14th place in the point standings. So still very early in this season. This is race number 10, and our regular season is 16 races long. There's 17 races leading up to the playoffs. One of those races going to be the All-Star race, and that one's going to be taking place at Monza. And unfortunately, we're not going to broadcast that one because we learned our lesson from the very first time we did this All-Star race at Monza. I hope you all get a good rest in on that Monday night. That is March 30th. It is always a good time for the drivers, especially going to Monza, letting it rip, letting it hang out on a very wild and crazy track. All right. Mark Mann in the 04 in control of the field. Dan Harrington on his outside. They have 29 drivers. Well, I should say 27 drivers. Raring to go right behind them, and the green flag coming out. Here we go. 29 cars on the lead lap. Into turn number 1. The 04 down to that yellow line. Rick Seabrand's in the 4 machine, going to tuck in behind his teammate. The 63 of Logan Helton does have quite a bit of a ding to his back bumper, but did not burn his fast repair. That is good to hold on to it. We might see him burn that fast repair a little bit later in this race, especially if he is able to keep the rest of it clean. Dan Harrington in the 82 going to lead that lap. Picks himself up a bonus point. Good effort by the 82 on that outside lane, and the 51 to Travis Elliott pushing hard on him. The 82 machine out of Meteor Racing. Here tonight, though, he is, I believe... Where did I see him wander off to? Dan Harrington in the 82 working with Alliance Motorsports here tonight, but a representative of Meteor Racing. The 04 and the 21 running very similar paint schemes. Those are the LKH Racing, Logan Helton's racing paint schemes. Logan having himself a new sponsor on his 63 machine. The 77 right now, that is David Booth. He's going to try and work it 3 wide right in the middle. Is the 51, the 84, the 63, and the 9 up in that top lane. Here comes the 30 of Alex Green, the 99 of Robert Dumanek to try and work that third lane as well. And Travis Elliott going to go from the top all the way down to the bottom and bring his teammate with him, the 84 of Aspen Belvin. That third lane really working good for the 51 and the 84. We have seen that 51 use the third lane time and time again. But while all of this is going on, we kind of almost have our field spread out quite a bit here. Sean McCarrick in the 94 McDonald's machine, finding himself 2.2 seconds off the race lead. He's still within this lead pack. The 13 just ahead of him, and the 88 of Derek Conley right there in this group as well. We got one spinning down to the infield. That is Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 machine. No yellow for Reynolds. And he is going to get rolling, and we stay green. 7 machine of Josh Milam in a 28th spot. He has his teammate, the 91 of Ernie Williams, just ahead of him. These cars checked up for the spinning 17, and that is going to cost them a little bit of ground. Hunter Reynolds in this group as well. Bob Lacavera in the 5. We saw him in that big melee scrum into turns 1 and 2, and now McCarrick back here with these guys. So McCarrick falling to 6.5 seconds off the race lead. You see the rest of the pack up there. Looks like we're gonna end up with 3 packs here in stage number 2, as we're coming to 4 laps to go to the end of this stage. Aspen Belvin and Travis Elliott down on the bottom leading this one. Daniel Holloway trying to spoil those plans. The 52 machine of Randall Cobb right in the thick of things here. Randall Cobb not making too many starts this season. It's good to see him out here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Rodney Cobb. Randall Cobb in the 52. Good grief. Randall Cobb, he's made plenty of starts. He's all the way up into 12th place in the point standings. Sorry about that, Randall. That's on me. Couldn't read my handwriting. Cody over in the 8. Big wiggle up in that 3rd lane, but able to settle it down and gather it back in. Will Weber in the 9 after blowing an engine coming to the end of stage number 1, finds himself leading that 3rd lane. This time he doesn't have a car in front of him. He's got plenty of airflow to the nose of that machine. We'll see if he can keep from popping another engine. He's already had to burn a fast repair. He does not have one left. That being said, now would not be a good time to blow an engine. Stage 2 going to be ending at the completion of lap 40. Got 2 more times around. As Will Weber in the 9 falling back very quickly, as he was wrestling for the race lead, now finds himself all the way into 11th spot. How quickly things change at a super speedway. Coming up here to get the final lap in stage number 2. Travis Elliott in the 51 has moved up to the high side to work with his teammate, the 84 of Aspen Belvin. Logan Helton in the 63, big wiggle out of him, but he is able to settle it down. And everyone really mixing it up, trying to find some room down this back stretch. Conley in the 88, trying to shoot the gap as he's working his way back forward. Wasn't too long ago we saw the 88 at the tail end of this field, and here he is trying to mix it up, but coming to the line for the stage. The 51 has it for the moment, but the field's starting to split him, but not in time, as they're going to stack up right behind them. Caution coming out as Travis Elliott wins stage 2. And there is going to be a big crash after they cross the start-finish line. 77 looks like he's going to get turned and slides up in front of quite a few drivers. Take one more look at this one. Conley in the 88 gonna get shunted by the 52 of Cobb. Go on board with Randall Cobb from Buck Wild Racing, and you can see he, along with Logan Helton, were just along for the ride. But our stage 2 winner going to be the 51 of Travis Elliott. We'll let him get through his pit stop, and then we'll get him up in the booth and see what he has to say about this stage win. On the pit road, here comes our field. Jimmy Reynolds going to be appreciative of the caution, the stage ending, as that will put him back in with the rest of this field. So Elliott going to bring his car onto his pit lane, and down and away he goes. He's going to try and win the race off of pit road. Aspen Belvin just to his outside. That one was very close. Too close for me to call. It looks like the 51 going to shoot ahead. So with that being said, let's get a quick word in with the driver in the 51, Travis Elliott, our stage 2 winner. How you doing, Travis?
I'm doing good tonight, KR. How you doing?
Well, I feel like I was just talking to you yesterday, and now I get to talk to you again. That's deja vu.
Yeah, it's kind of nice, honestly. You know, it's a little weird talking to you on Mondays. Usually just talking your ear off on Sunday nights.
Well, the 51 picking up stage 2 here tonight at Talladega. Nice job, nice job. That third lane looks like it's treating you very nicely.
Oh, she's a fast one tonight. Definitely look out for more people going up there, and you know, it rolls pretty quick even with only 2 cars, especially with how hot these cars are getting. You know, pushing. It's pretty spicy in the cockpit here, and the engine's getting pretty warm also. So I would expect that third lane to really start forming more and more throughout the race.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, that 51 with the help of the 84, making that outside lane look easy. Well, I know it's anything but. Any little helpful hints for an aspiring third lane driver such as myself and how to making that third lane work?
Best thing is you gotta pinch that middle hard as you can to really roast that middle line when they start checking up, and then say trust the guy pushing you, and if you're taking a run from somebody coming up from the back of the pack or making a push towards the front, don't kill people's runs. I think thankfully there Aspen told me to jump up right at the right time, and we didn't really kill the run on the outside. As you can see, we just kind of pulled away from the pack a little bit, and then they quickly reeled us back in. So but definitely just confidence in yourself and the people you're running around.
All right, man. Well, nice job out there. Congratulations on the stage 2 win. Any shout outs or thank yous?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys at Turn 3. We always love watching the broadcast back, and I love being in the booth with you when I can, KR. Our league admins, Alex Green, Cody Ober, and Rob Payne. the amount of work that they put into the league really shows in the quality of racing. And I feel like all of the drivers here tonight are kind of stepping it up a little bit, stepping up their game, and really showing what we can actually do around here. My teammates, Alex Green, Casey Gilchrist, Sean McCara, and none other than the 84 machine that I've been with for quite some time, Aspen Belvin. We're kind of out here, and we actually make it look like we know what we're doing. So we're going to try to keep that going, KR.
All right, Travis. Well, man, good luck to you here in the final stage of the race, and we look forward to talking to you again.
Yes, sir.
That is Travis Elliott from Vapid Yeet Racing, your Stage 2 winner. All right, here we go. Field stacked up 2 by 2. Lights are out on the Silverado. Logan over in YouTube chat wants to see an OP Racing Daytona 500. I will bring that up with them. We'll see what they have in store, but these guys run almost week in and week out throughout the year. So a special event like that might not be too much of a stretch. The 51 and the 84 are going to lead this field. Vapid Yeet Racing locking out the front row for the restart. 04 Mark Mann, the 9 of Will Weber, row number 2. The green flag drops and we begin the final stage here tonight. A race to the end here on lap 45 of 94 laps, our scheduled distance tonight. The 51 machine going to get that good run through the corner, but watch out for the 84 as he makes his way off of turn number 2. That outside lane really going to build some momentum down the backstretch. $29 cars still in this race. 29 cars all running full song and on the lead lap. David Booth in the 77 machine falling back a little bit here on this restart. He has already lost the draft. He is 2 seconds behind Sean Stevens, so this 77 in trouble very early here in this final stage. But as the 51 comes around, he's going to lead first lap in stage number 3. Couple other drivers we haven't got to talk a lot about here tonight. Let's roll right through some of the field here. Sean McCara in the 71, still out there soldiering on, making his appearance just 2 races ago and doing a fine job of representing his talent in that 71 machine. Right now, he's in that outside lane. He does have his teammate, the 30 of Alex Green, right behind him, and the community really stepped up for Alex Green this here within the last 24 to 48 hours. Alex's steering wheel went kaput, and the OP racing community really helped out and got a wheel for the driver of the 30 machine. Alex Green finding himself up 14 positions from where he qualified. And I use qualify in air quotes that you did not see, as he was a driver who did not take a time, and he started 29th place so far, up 14 positions. That does not make him our biggest mover. No, that goes to the 84 of Aspen Belvin, as he has gained 17 positions here tonight. In fact, I believe that 84 has even led this race, so he has moved his way pretty far forward. And once that 84 got to the front, looks like he has decided he wants to camp out there along with the driver in the 51 of Travis Elliott, our stage 2 winner. Elliott coming into tonight 7th place in the point standings, and Aspen Belvin 18th place in the point standings, but Belvin missing 2 races this season so far. His points not necessarily the highest that he would like. Still have quite a few races to go, though, before we find out who our first 13 playoff drivers are going to be. The 51 surges ahead down on the bottom lane. Aspen Belvin falling back just a little bit. I mentioned the Kumbaya paint scheme that the 62 of Les Levy has. I'll tell you what, Les, quite the comedian and likes to express himself through creative art and sometimes interpretive dance. Let me tell you, if you ever watch a Les Levy interpretive dance, counseling does not help. I know this from personal experience. But the 62 machine is Dumendak. Slides right back up to the high side. The 62 of Les Levy having a quiet night, working his way into the top 10 here. James Mayer down to his inside. Also a driver quietly putting together a solid night here. That beautiful gold Papa John's machine, that is the 46 of David Overstreet. Checkered Flag Motorsports running very close to each other right there in the 46 and the 62. Mark Vega in the 18, also a driver for Checkered Flag Motorsports, and David Booth in the 77, who is in big trouble. He's in danger of going a lap down. That is the 4th driver for Checkered Flag Motorsports. Well, you guys, how about it? Let's do a little bit of Turn It Up as Travis Elliott continues to lead. We'll take a moment and really just enjoy these sounds these drivers have produced with their foot to the floor. A little bit of turn it up, never hurt nobody. Those race cars sounding beautiful to my ears, but we are starting to see some drivers hit pit lane. The 77 of David Booth, multiple laps down, has made his way onto pit road. Drivers last on pit road, lap 42 and 43. So these tanks are starting to run dry. The 51 and the 84 leading this field, and we have seen the 51 and the 84 stay out a little bit longer than some of the other teams. So your guess is as good as mine when everyone will really start to peel off for these first round of green flag pit stops. The other thing that's going to happen with these green flag pit stops is it's really going to spread this field out a little bit. Almost always under green flag pit stops, someone's going to get a speeding penalty. Someone's going to lock the brakes up. Things don't always work as smoothly as you would hope. I want to give a shout out to Bob Lacavera in that 5 machine. As green flag pit stops are happening, the 84 and the 51 peel off and bring a few of our drivers with them. Lacavera in the 5, trying his hand out this season here in a very competitive league. I feel that 5 doing a very good job at representing his skills set very well. Does what he can to keep his car clean and tries to finish each and every race. And that is a good strategy to have. Right now, Lacavera a little bit deep in the field as we got a few more drivers making their way on the pit road. Cody Ober, big wiggle, big checkup in the outside lane as they hit pit road. A lot of cars on the pit lane this time. Do have a few drivers who have stayed out. That is the 4 of Rick Sebrands and the 95 of James Mayer. Throw in Logan Helton, Josh Milam, Hunter Reynolds, and David Overstreet. They all have not pitted yet. So 6 cars not yet making their way onto pit road. Mark Mann making that mad dash off of pit lane. Handful of cars angrily following suit. Rick Sebrands, Logan Helton coming in with a full head of steam. That's 63. Maybe didn't get it slowed down, but if he did, that was time perfect. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but the 46 of David Overstreet had all 4 brakes locked up. Looked like he was able to keep it off the wall. So Travis Elliott and Aspen Belvin, who pitted first, now find themselves out in front of everyone who has made a pit stop. Casey Gilchrist in the 13, not yet committing to following behind the 84. It's Will Weber in the 9 going to shoot down into the grass there. And Elliott going to time this pit stop perfectly. He's going to flash by everyone else in the 51, taking over the race lead. So a great pit stop for Vapid Yeet Racing. They're going to be on and off pit road with the lead and regain the lead as our green flag pit stop cycle is now complete. With that being said, you can see that at the mid pack here, the field is a little bit strung out. Logan Helton in the 63 has the 26 of Hunter Reynolds on his back bumper, and they are starting to reel in Randall Cobb in the 52. So they will be joining this lead pack here in just a moment. Josh Milam, meanwhile, in the 7 machine, has the 4 of Rick Seabrands pushing on him. Milam in 13th, Seabrands in 14th. They are having a hard time keeping pace with Logan Helton and Hunter Reynolds, but they are still within draft range of those two, so we might see them join that pack, especially if the 53 of Dave Hunt can get to the back bumper of the 4, and then this pack right here will really have a lot of speed and will very quickly close in on our lead pack. Dan Harrington and Bob Lacavera making their way off of pit lane. They're going to join David Booth as cars off the lead lap. Dave Hunt in the 53. Closing up to the back bumper of the 4 of Rick Seabrands. In fact, he's going to try and make a move to the high side. Duvendak in the 99. Going to go right through the middle. Logan Helton in the 63 is falling way back. Not sure what happened to the 63, but at some point, Logan found a little bit of trouble. Then our third pack, I guess I should say our second pack now. That is the 18 of Mark Vega, the 62 of Les Levy, the 30 of Alex Green, then Jimmy Reynolds in the 17 machine, Ernie Williams in the 91, and then the final car on the lead lap. That is the 46 machine of David Overstreet, finding himself in 26th spot. David Booth in the 77 in this group as well. Booth is off the lead lap, but he is now working with his teammates, the 46 and the 62. While all of this was going on, the 88 of Derek Conley taking over the race lead. He has the 9 of Will Weber pushing on him. Empire Motorsports running a 1 and 2 down on that inside line. Cody Ober, the third car, along with Tyler Miller, going to round out 4 cars in that inside lane representing Empire Motorsports. Only driver not up there from Empire, it's the 99 of Robert Duvendak. Doobie tucked in tight behind the 71. Now he's going to slide up to the high side, and Robert Duvendak in the 99, who has scored several wins since joining this OP Premier Series. Still looking for his first win of this season. Travis Elliott in the 51 would love to pick up a win as well. Rick Seabrands, the only 2-time winner so far this season. Just to give you a little bit of an idea of how hard it is to become a repeat winner here on Monday night. Let's just say it is few and far between when we have multiple race winners, multiple drivers with multiple wins is few and far between. We maybe get 1 or 2. I'll accrue 2 to 3 race wins throughout the season. Because Elliott in the 51 machine continues to lead. Derek Conley in the 88, tucked in behind him. Will Weber in the 9. Following in the tire tracks of the 88, Aspen Belvin leading the charge in the outside lane. Belvin has the 52 of Randall Cobb on his back bumper. And Cobb doing a good job of representing a Buck Wild Racing. Speaking of Buck Wild Racing, that team consists of Lacavera in the 5 machine, who finding himself off the lead lap right now. And of course, Dave Hunt in the 53, who is up in this lead pack in the bottom lane single file train. Sean McCarrick in the 52. I'm sorry, not in the 94. McCarrick in this lead pack as well. And our final Buck Wild driver that we haven't really talked a whole lot about here tonight, that is the 27, Sean Stevens. And Sean Stevens qualified towards the front of the pack. Here he is right now running in 20th. And for a report, we have a new segment we're going to call Cody Eldred In Race Reporter.
Hey, how you doing, KR?
I'm doing just fine. How about yourself?
All right, having fun watching these guys go around this track, but unfortunately on lap 66 there was a miscommunication with a bump draft, and that sent Alex Green, Ernie Williams, and Jimmy Reynolds into the inside wall on the backstretch. So those drivers are most likely going to have to take it in the pits for repairs.
All right, well, we see the 30 of Alex Green on the high side as everyone tried to squeeze by. We got a big stack up. Oh, man, Cody, you got your work cut out for you on that one.
Roger that. Come back if anything else comes up.
All right, yellow flag coming out. We have a big crash here, bringing out the yellow flag. Let's see what went wrong. James Mayer in the 95 at the tail end of this. Looks like Will Weber in the 9 going to be one of the first ones getting involved. Kind of hard to see exactly what triggered this, but Alex Green up in the 3rd lane maybe caused these drivers to pinch down a little bit. Green, not really the one I would say would be responsible for that. See if we can get a better view here. The 9 and the 84 do make contact. Cody over in the 8 hard into the wall as well. Here we go. 24 laps to go. Be 23 this time past the start finish line, and everyone going to hit pit lane. Nobody can make it on fuel from here, so we will see one more pit stop. Mark Mann into his box. Logan Helton, our pole sitter, into that first stall. The race off of pit road going to be won by Derek Conley, Randall Cobb, then Travis Elliott. Your first 3 down and away. All right, so they mentioned Alex Green, Ernie Williams, and I believe Jimmy Reynolds getting together. Let's go ahead and check out, see what happened on this one. Down the backstretch, Mark Vega gets a shot from Reynolds in the 17. Big time stack up. Jimmy in the 17, hard into the inside wall. We'll take one more look at this one. This did not trigger our caution. Our caution being triggered by rest Will Weber, Cody Ober, and Aspen Belvin all getting together at the front of the field. That was just a few laps later as the field was trying to squeeze by Alex Green in the 30. So the field at a calm, cool, collected pace right now behind our Chevy Silverado pace truck. Couple drivers hitting pit road before that 1 to go light is turned off or on, however you want to say that. Ernie Williams in the 91 taking a wave around. Williams, who had hit pit road after being involved in that incident on lap 66. This wave around will put him back on the lead lap. Now keep in mind, nobody can make it from here. So Williams in the 91 going to have to hit pit road, same as everyone else. Two by two, they're making their way down the backstretch. Fritchie asking for a crank it up. I don't know if we'll do another one, but we just might. Maybe do a short crank it up just for you. Derek Conley in the 88, Randall Cobb in the 52. That is Empire versus Buck Wild on the front row. And it's Travis Elliott in the 51. On his outside is the 04 of Mark Mann. Silverado down and out of the way. 29 drivers started this one. Jimmy Reynolds finding himself quite possibly out of this race. 25 cars on the lead lap. Green flag coming out, and here we go. Time to accelerate. Time to get through that gearbox as quickly, cleanly, and efficiently as possible. Don't spin the tires. Don't miss a shift. So many things you got to do just right here in these very crucial moments of a restart. And the 88, the 51 doing just that, getting that excellent restart. The 52 of Cobb falling back a little bit. That's going to allow the 63 of Logan Helton to peek his nose to the outside and try and make something happen in that second lane. Gonna have 20 laps to go this time around, and we're gonna do one more quick abbreviated turn it up. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, carrying us with the gyro cam into turn number 1. You can see just how banked this track is. Turn it up session, always a good time. Try to fill everyone's requests. We're all here to enjoy some great racing, and one of those ways we enjoy it is by letting the cars do the talking. You guys don't need to hear me saying the same stuff over and over again. Oh, look, a left turn. Oh, look, a left turn. And they're exploding everywhere. Who can hear that time and time again? I don't know. But a little turn it up always gets right into the soul. 25 cars on the lead lap. Sean McCara in the 71 has got some pretty significant damage and has fallen off the lead pack. That 71 machine wounded, but still trying to finish this race strong. One driver who has done what he can to overcome adversity, well, that is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. He finds himself right now in a 13th spot, right in the thick of things. This 26 machine on the inside line here. We got a wiggle, we got a crash. Hunter Reynolds able to get through it, but Tyler Miller involved. And the yellow flag coming out as Josh Milam also involved. Let's take a look at this one. You can see the field already scrambling. Take one more shot. I'm trying to gather this up. 77 of David Booth. 89 of Tyler Miller. The 94 of Sean McCarrick. There you go. You can see this one taking shape. The 94 right through the grass, and yellow flag coming out once again. Whoop, Dan Harrington gonna get into this one a little late as McCarrick worked his way back onto the track. Did not have that clear from the spotter. Now with 16 laps to go, I believe our field is going to come down pit road, and I believe this will put everyone able to make it to the end of a regularly scheduled distance. This is a very important stop here, one way or another, quite possibly the final pit stop of the race. Conley into his stall. Flagman waving that yellow flag enthusiastically. Man is made of iron. That arm comes out and does not move. The 81 of Derek Conley winning the race off of pit road. Maybe it's the 63 of Logan Hilton. I did not see that as close as I thought. So we're going to restack this field up here. But before we do, I'm going to take a break. And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, my fellow race fans. We get ready to stack them up 2 by 2. Lights have gone out on the Silverado. Logan Helton on the inside of row number 1. Derek Conley on the outside for this restart. Then we're going to move on to row number 2. That's going to be the 51 of Travis Elliott and the 8 of Cody Ober. Row 3 going to be the 04 of Mark Mann and the 52 of Randall Cobb. Josh Milam and David Booth both spending an extended amount of time on pit road. They have not gone to their race car haulers just yet, but things are not looking good for the 7 or the 77. Dan Harrington and Jimmy Reynolds both looking like their nights are done, as they have gone to the hauler for the moment. 24 cars on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap, that is the 71 of Sean McCara, and he is tore up from the floor up. Still missing his hood piece, not having a fast repair available, but he's trying to soldier on the best he can in that 71 machine. Tyler Miller joining him, as well as a driver that has a wounded race car. So Logan Helton in control of the field. The 88 of Derek Conley on his outside. As we get ready to drop the green flag once again. And here we go. The mad rush for turn number 1. And business is about to pick up. Drivers quite possibly have made their final pit stop here tonight. You have the tires you are stuck with. You got all the fuel you can. Now it's time to get it done on the track. The elbows are starting to come up. Everyone going to pinch a little bit tighter. Those clears are going to be a little less friendly. And those shoves, those runs are all going to be just a little bit harsher. As Logan Helton is going to go around, Derek Conley around, and we have sent Randall Cobb to the moon. Somehow Logan Helton going to come out of that one with the race lead. That started with the 88 and the 8. And Randall Cobb gonna land it on all fours and able to keep going, but that was a huge one for the 52 on board the 89 of Tyler Miller. Miller getting out of shape as he locked the brakes down. And Cobb being tossed like a child's play toy in that 52. Let's back this up just a little bit once again. Oh, of course, there'd be a big old SUV in the way. You can see the absolute carnage. The field made its way trying to come off at turn number 4. Several drivers hitting pit lane this time. Logan Helton staying out in the 63 after he got contact sideways down on the apron, saves it and holds on to the race lead. A solid bit of driving by the 63. Mark Mann in the 04 moving into second spot. Hunter Reynolds, believe it or not, finding himself in third after recovering from 2 laps down. Okay. Let's see. How do we set up the end of this one? Logan Helton in the 63 visited Victory Lane on February 15th at Daytona. He would try and join Rick C. Rans as the repeat offender into Victory Lane. So the 63 putting himself in a good position, but a little bit of damage on that. Not sure how that is going to affect Logan, but he's quite the little wheelman after saving it like he did. Hunter Reynolds picked up a win January 18th at Daytona. Mark Mann in the 04, picking up the win last week at iRacing Superspeedway. So 3 winners in the top 3. Then you got the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. Sorry, I completely forgot. Williams picked up his win at the Bumpy Road 250 at the Legacy Daytona track. So the first 4 positions have race winners in those spots. So there you go. James Mayer in the 95 picked up a win as well. That was at Talladega for race number 2. So our winners starting to make their way to the front. Travis Elliott in the 51. He's in 6th spot. He is the first driver out on the track that does not have a win yet. So Logan Helton, Mark Mann, Hunter Reynolds, Ernie Williams, and James Mayer all looking for their second win of the season. That is your first 5 cars. Randall Cobb in the 52 has not made it out onto the track yet. Looks like maybe he will not be rejoining the race. Same goes for the 8 of Cody Ober. As this race wears on, attrition really starting to take its toll. 23 drivers on the lead lap. Of those drivers on the lead lap, they are all out on the track. Randall Cobb, Cody Ober, Josh Milam, David Booth, Dan Harrington, and Jimmy Reynolds all off the racetrack, being either working on their car or loading up and heading home. The green flag comes out. Logan Helton and Mark Mann lead this field into turn number 1. Nine laps to go in this one. Sean Stevens in the 27. Right there on that inside line. He is in a good spot to take advantage of anyone slipping up So Helton in the 63 carries that blue and white machine onto the front stretch and has the lead out in front of his teammate, the 04 Mark Mann. Eight laps to go. This race getting down to the nitty gritty. Next week, March 15th, we will be heading to Daytona International Speedway. 100 laps at Daytona. Our season continues to march on. The 91 of Ernie Williams. Not sure if he wanted to try that high side or if he got shuffled up there. But he's going to rejoin into the second line after losing a few spots. Travis Elliott in the 51, pushing hard on the 04 Mark Mann. He's going to go with Casey Gilchrist to the outside of the 04 as Mann drops down to the inside, right in front of his teammate, the 63. So now Elliott, your stage 2 winner, out in front, and he is hungry for his first win of the season. And Elliott now going to move down to the inside. Casey Gilchrist stays on the outside lane. Gilchrist putting together a great season for a rookie here in the OP Premier Series on Monday night at the Superspeedways. 46 machine of David Overstreet. Torn up race car. He is down and out of the way. Good move by him and his spotter, letting him know that the field is coming up on him quickly. He got down out of the way. Ooh, as Gilchrist is going to get in trouble. And we stay green. Sean Stevens in the 27 in trouble as well. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. The 13 getting loose coming off the corner. Stevens, Rick Seabrand's get involved. But we do not get a yellow flag. So Logan Helton in the 63 now trying to work to the outside of the 04 Mark Mann. 3 wide, here we go. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 working with his teammate from FSR onto the outside lane. And Logan gonna have to squirt back down to that inside line and mount another attack. So Mark Mann in the 04, now your race leader. Hunter Reynolds on his outside. Elliott in the 51, our stage 2 winner right there. Four laps to go as the field makes its way down the backstretch once again. With all the, pretty much this lead pack has been dwindled down to 11 cars. Mark Vega in the 18 at the tail end of this pack. So 11 drivers going to have a shot at it for the moment. That could change here in the next few laps. We're going to get 3 laps to go. Travis Elliott in the 51. Making that move to the outside, taking over the top spot. He stays high, does not drop down in front of the 04 Mark Mann just yet. And Elliott electing to stay on the high side. Now Hunter Reynolds going to say, all right, and leave the bottom open to me. I'm going to take it. And the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, since going 2 laps down and putting it into the fence, Austin Dillon style, now out in front and I believe he's going to lead his first laps of the race. 2 more times around. This thing is far from over. Derek Conley, the 88, torn up. He's gone a lap down in 21st spot. Tough break for the stage 1 winner. So Hunter Reynolds, Travis Elliott leading this field into turn number 3. The flagman has both the yellow flag and the white flag in his hand, but if that white flag is displayed, that yellow flag gonna get stored away for good here in this race. Through the trial will they go. Things getting very tight now. White flag in the air, final time around. Elliott in the middle. Now he drops down to the inside. Hunter Reynolds right there. He's going to get to his back bumper and he's going to start pushing on him. Elliott, big wiggle, got down below the yellow line, but able to hold on to it. Now he's trying to make that car real wide. Here comes Ernie Williams in the 91 to fill the gap on that inside lane. Travis Elliott, who is looking for his first win this season, trying to hold off a pack of hungry drivers. Elliott doesn't have a teammate nearby. Williams making the move to the outside. Here they come to the tri-oval. Williams has the momentum. Logan Helton taking a peek to the inside. Contact made, and Ernie Williams is going to pick up the win here at Talladega. For the second time this season, Ernie Williams scores the win. Travis Elliott going to come home in 11th. Logan Helton finishing in 5th. Take a look at this one coming to the start finish line. Elliott trying to block the 63. Contact made. And Helton gonna come away in a 5th spot. We'll take one more look at this. No holds barred coming to the start finish line. But your race winner going to be the 91 of Ernie Williams, picking up his 2nd win this season. Let's get right into talking to our race winner. Ernie, congratulations.
Thanks, KR.
You pick up the win here in dramatic fashion. A last lap charge. Looked like you timed that move coming off of turn number 4 correct. You had the momentum and it carried you all the way to victory lane.
Shocking, man. I didn't know what it was going to do. We was dicing back and forth them last 2 laps, so, man, I really didn't have no strategy. Then they left Hunter out, and it was just me, and there was a big gap when he did that, and they left that. I got to him, and I pushed him out just enough to where I could clear, and I seen Mark coming, and I was like, man, I got to go up and try to block that. So I just went up there. Mark got behind, he got behind me, and pushed me right there, man. And then we come to the line side by side pretty much. I don't know how close he got to me, but I'm sure he was there.
Well, Ernie, this 91 picks up its 2nd win of the season. A great job. And now we got to really start talking about how many more you think you can get this season.
Well, last season, man, I rode around in the back all the time. I don't know. I'm a little bit more aggressive driver than what I did last year. So I'm going to try to win as many as I can. I'm going to just take it easy in some of the stages. We get a little crazy on some of the stages, but when it comes down after that 2nd stage, I'm going to try to work my way up, get with the guys. And we got a good team. All of us get together. We're hard to beat sometimes. There's a lot of good teams around. And, so I just feel like if we could get hooked up with 3 or 4 of us in a line, we'll be a handful sometimes. But the game plan is to come out here and win FSR to get a victory every week. We want to win every time. At least I do. I know the guys back there do too.
All right, man. Well, outstanding job. Nice way to pick up your second win this season. Any shout outs, thank yous, I love yous, things like that you need to get off your chest?
Absolutely. Give a shout out to FSR, all the guys back there. Hunter helping me out through that. I know Jimmy, and he had a bad evening. He had a good car and everything, but we'll get him up here soon. Mark Mann for racing me clean there towards the end. Man, he's one of the better guys in the cleaner drivers in the league, and I run with him a lot, and I appreciate him just racing me clean there. Vega on third. And UKR for doing the broadcast, man. Can't wait to go back and watch it. The last few laps should be interesting. Should have been fun, but I'll let you get back, and I'm going to go have me a good time here for a minute.
All right, that is your race winner, Ernie Williams from Fuel Sim Racing, picking up his second win of the season. But now let's move on to our driver posting up himself in second place. And that is last week's race winner, Mark Mann. You picked up second place here tonight. Survived a topsy-turvy last few laps, and the 04 posts it on the second step of the podium.
Boy, I was lucky to survive to the end. I was getting beat up all race long, but I felt pretty calm in this race. And, I thought it was a pretty gosh darn good race. I thought everybody raced hard, aggressive, respectful. I thought it was good. I had fun.
Well, Mark, you bring it home in second place. You picked up the win last week, and another solid finish for the 04 machine, putting together a good season so far.
I'm trying, man. I haven't had the best luck on Monday nights, because they're such good drivers here. And, I'm just happy to get a few top fives, and I was lucky to get a win last week. I'll take it, man. I'm beat after that race. That was a lot of fun up there all night.
All right, man. Well, nice job bringing it home in second place. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, my friend Mara was watching at home. What's up? You can go to bed now because I'm going right after this, and we'll be shot for work tomorrow, like every Tuesday. These late nights, but they're fun. They're worth it. And thank Alliance Motorsports, all my teammates, and thanks to Logan Helton tonight for loaning me this paint scheme. Wanted to try the car he's had good success with in the past, and it got me a second place. Thank OP and you, KR. Absolutely, man.
All right, that is Mark Mann, our second place finisher. Once again, Mark, congratulations.
Thanks, bro.
All right. Now, hope you guys are ready for this one. Even though he finished in third place, he's going to celebrate it like it's a race win. Mark, the Boss Vega, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, KR?
You bring this one home in third place here tonight, Mark. A solid effort, but man, I'll tell you what, that 18 machine was looking pretty good on the high side all night.
Yeah, until I stuck my head up my butt there, and my spotter said I was clear and took Cody Ober out. I felt so bad.
Well, super speedways are prone to big stack-ups, big pile-ups. We saw a couple of them in those final few laps. Walk us through what you were seeing out there and how you were able to get through them all.
It was luck, KR. Pure luck. I was trying to help Alex. We were both damaged just to finish the race in the top 10. And got lucky, got third. I don't know how, but scraping the wall, I got lucky.
All right, Mark. Well, congratulations on third place here tonight. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, of course. You, as always, KR, Alex, Cody, Rob. Cody, what's his name again? Oh, Eldred. No, he likes to give me a hard time. But yeah, I appreciate everything you guys do.
All right,
and my team. I forgot my team.
Uh-oh. Well, we won't say you forgot. I interrupted you.
Yeah. We'll say that. I appreciate it.
All right, that is Mark Vega, your second place finisher. And man, oh man, I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a race all night long. We saw wild action from start to finish. Several cars getting launched in the air here tonight. Good news is everyone A-okay, because cartoon cars really don't hurt the drivers a whole lot. Maybe the wrist, maybe some feelings, but it'll all get washed away here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and show you tonight's finishing results. The 91 of Ernie Williams picked up his second win of the season. Mark Mann on the podium along with Mark Vega. Daniel Holloway, Logan Helton rounding out your top 5. Then it's Robert Duvendak, Alex Green in 7th place, Hunter Reynolds in 8th. 9th going to Will Weber, James Mayer in 10th, Travis Elliott 11th, Bob Lacavera finishing in 12th spot. 13th goes to Tyler Miller, 14th Dave Hunt, Rick Seabrands finishing in 15th. 16th place going to the driver in the 71, Sean McCara. Les Levy finishing in 17th. 18th going to Aspen Belvin. 19th Casey Gilchrist. 20th Sean McCarrick. 21st Derek Conley. David Overstreet 22nd. Sean Stevens 23rd. Cody Ober 24th. 25th Randall Cobb. Josh Milam 26th. 27th Dan Harrington. David Booth 28th. And Jimmy Reynolds going to finish in 29th spot. With all that being said, guys, I want to invite you to join me next Monday night, March 15th, as we head to Daytona International Speedway. Hope you all will join me for another great night of OP Racing Premier Super Speedway Series. So until then, have a good night, y'all, and stay safe.